How do I do this again? I just erased it last time. Where is it? How do I get rid of this again? Did I do it save? Ah, it's gone. Oh my goodness, you guys. Holy crap. All this energy. I am, whew. Okay, let me get set up here. I'm not totally set up, but I got the ball rolling. Holy crap. Okay, where is it? I gotta make sure this gets set up. I have to then find the chat box. So my head is totally spinning for a lot of reasons. Everything I'm going to share with you guys will make your head spin. So if you can't keep up or you're spinning, stop watching and come back later, okay? It's like mind-blowing. And I've had 2 days to try to metabolize it all. What day is today? It is the October the 23rd. And yeah, just nothing seems to be working as far as food goes. Okay, let me finish this. Okay, I think I'm good. Okay, now let me find you. Are you guys feeling weird today with this quarter moon? I mean, does your body, your brain, everything just feel really, really weird? There's a reason for that. And I'm still trying to shake through all of that energy as well. Come on, where do I? And my brain, oh my gosh. Okay, here we go. Play, mute. Hi, you guys. There you are. You're in the chat. Thanks for coming. I know yesterday I was like, hey, I'll step by after, the debates and share with you guys what I found out. Oh, my goodness. Aloha, aloha, aloha. Hi, you guys. Michigan, Rebecca. Ooh, yes, Queen. Okay, yes. Apple, something grand is happening. It's all unfolding. So if you had the chance to watch my thing the other time, the end, you have a good head start what's going on. Geek Hillbilly, I'm hurting phantom pain for the first time in months. Yeah, so Mercury retrograde messes with your nervous system. This is the first time since 1935 we've had a new moon in Libra with Uranus and Taurus. Uranus rules electricity. It would relate to pain also now being activated because now the sun is in Scorpio. Scorpio is ruled by Mars. Mars was more sleepy under Libra, but because the Scorpio sun is awakening Mars, even though it's retrograde, Mars is much more active and has more of a center stage. Mars rules inflammation, accidents, pain. So phantom pain feels very electric to me. And we're in this quarter moon that happened early today with Scorpio Aquarius. I mean, the energy is just so weird and wonky. As someone who's super sensitive to energy, like my body feels like, I'm going to have a migraine. No, I'm not. I'm going to go run a mile. No, I'm going to sit here. It's everywhere. It's just, and the thing that's actually keeping me focused and grounded and not having my energy scatter everywhere is sitting with my little cards. It's crazy. So, yes, I hope it goes away quickly, that pain. Hi, you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Larry will be right back. Larry girl, that's okay. You come back when you can. Yeah, Martha, my ears have been ringing for a while as well. Notice I have this on. Usually when I get the ringing ears, I kind of get I can get the motion, the sounds of my pulse through my ears, that whooshing sound. I've been having that for a couple weeks, and I had that bad migraine. I feel like I'm out of that area, but this energy now just feels really, really weird. And I am also getting ringing in the ears. I think that's to be expected. Let's see. Oh, wait. Yeah, your dog. Oh, Apple, your dog's been wild. My cat has been crazy. My kitten. I'm like, you are crazy. I'm like, oh my gosh. Anyway, so yeah, things are going to be wild. We're just going to have to let them go. Okay? So, yeah, so last night I was like, hey, finally figured out, the witch is in, finally figured out I needed to do a tarotscope on this one word. I had to write it like this. I'm like, duh, why have I never done this tarotscope here on the why have I never done that? And let me tell you, that was so incredibly revealing. It led me back to Italy. To those who wanting to incite this conflict. And also, I was surprised how much I kept going back to those, what is the number? Is it 454 or 545? Those babies. And I have a feeling the YouTube's going to be buffering me even on that number. So this is what started last night. And then we had this quarter moon, and then it just went all over the place. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So if you missed something or you don't know what I'm talking about, please cue me in. I'll try to keep up with you guys because this is a lot. It's so much. It's dizzying. At one of the lunations recently, I said that when we had the quarter moon, here, I said I wasn't going to do this, now I'm going to do this. We were going to have the quarter moon. It was going to reactivate the beginning of the end eclipse for Don Julio. That eclipse, the monster, here. Where is it? I'm sorry, you guys. I just had it here. Where is it? Okay, so I don't have it. Darn it. I thought I was super... Oh, it's right. It's probably right in this little pile. Sorry. Oh, my God. The beginning of the end eclipse for Don Julio. I said that when we had this first quarter moon that was coming up, which was this morning, it was going to trigger this eclipse back from January 21st, 2019. I've talked about this a lot, how when I saw this eclipse back then, I knew it was the beginning of the end of Donald's inauguration. We're seeing that right now. And usually an eclipse has and it holds its effect for about 1.5 to 2 years on average. This was in 2019, January 2019. This one was so potent because it lasted for like 5 hours and covered the entire Western Hemisphere, North and South America. It was a supermoon, so the moon was really close to Earth. That's why it lasts so long. The closer it is, the longer these eclipses last. And I said that would be the beginning of the end. This was the beginning of the end. So today's quarter moon we had at 9:23 a.m. The sun was at 0 degrees 36 minutes. The moon 0 degrees 36 minutes. Here we go. Here's this eclipse. The sun and moon at 0 degrees 52 minutes, 0 degrees 52 minutes. The midheaven was 0 degrees 19 minutes. So this particular quarter moon is activating that eclipse energy. And it's nestled right in between the midheaven and the moon, which are only separated by like maybe 30, 40 minutes of 1 degree. It's a very precise strike against him. That was triggered. What else was triggered, you asked? This is the reason why I've been wanting to get back to the Divine Feminine. When we welcomed her in last November 18th, 19th, when Jupiter was conjunct the galactic center. That is when we were able to trace back. We knew the Divine Feminine was coming in because Venus was right there and she was already being pulled in. And the guys represented by Mars were way far behind. They would take forever to catch up with us. Now Mars is retrograde, still hasn't caught up. So the Divine Feminine would have dominion over what's happening and what's going on. Moreover, that traced back to Kamala Harris. That is probably the moment where she really stepped up into her role now with the Divine Feminine activating. On that day of the Jupiter conjunct galactic center, the center of the universe, the birthplace of the sun, it's like a massive, massive black hole there. The ancients have always recognized this particular spot in our galaxy as being a portal. Well, on that day, Mars just went into Scorpio, 0 degrees Scorpio. So we have this eclipse activated with this quarter moon, ushering in the Divine Feminine, ready to go. Let's go. That is activated, which trines Kamala's sun, sextiles her sun. Oh, and one last thing, just for fun, I had to throw a chart on when D&I, the rat, had his big presser about what's happening with our elections. We all knew that was bunk. The time I had, it was around 7:30 p.m. that it started. I laughed. I laughed so hard when I saw this chart because on the ascendant, this was the giveaway. We have Taurus 24 degrees on the eastern horizon, which is ruled by Venus, money, gains, votes. But this is Donald's midheaven, the top of his chart, what denotes his public status, his public achievements. With this on the ascendant, that is in harsh, tight square to his midheaven. So whatever is happening that the rat is talking about is really because he is in so much trouble with where he wants to go. And that was the only thing I needed to look at. Oh my gosh. This I just don't remember. Dark Moon Lilith, women's rights, civil rights, had just gone into 0 degrees Taurus the other day. So we're activating our values again about human rights, civil rights. In fact, I think the Pope, Il Papa, came out for civil unions the day that went into Taurus. Still kind of hidden. So those are just some clickety things that are happening. I hope I can do the first quarter moon, get there tonight. If not, I have to do it tomorrow. I know you guys have been so patient. Thank you so much, Holly Coleman. I know you have been ready to go with your notes. She always shares such interesting things, especially with the asteroids. I love looking at the asteroids because they tell the nuances of the stories and the headlines that we're dealing with. The one most recently having to be with the passing of Ruthie, but her Lilith, Dark Moon Lilith, has been holding this note to expose everything. It's the curse upon the nomination. And I am telling you that ACB, ooh, yuck. So this is what I want to talk about. Oh, I want to talk about this one more time. We're going to go back to Italy. We're going to talk about the to reason, the Lovers card, this incitement, probably ACB. And then we'll go to the first quarter moon. I don't think we're going to get to that tonight. But if you recall, I've been saying ever since we've been in Libra season that, got my hair all over the place. With Mars retrograde, it can no longer defend the indefensible. It can no longer cover up what it's been trying to cover up all this time. If you've been putting in your energy into covering up something Venus related, whether it's money, women, assets, gains, votes, whatever you've been doing to cover up that criminality, that corruption, the fakeness, it falls away. There's no energy to defend that anymore. And I laugh because when I looked at this Libra new moon, I'll take this out. It jumped out at me again because I saw today there was yet another NY Times article that came out about Don Julio's money now with another Middle Eastern dictator, Gaddafi. I knew that had to come out because they've been connected for so long. But in speaking of Mars, so Mars, here in this chart, oh God, Mars retrograde. It's weak here. It can't do its thing. Well, Mars can't defend the indefensible in this sector of the second house that has to do with income, that has to do with gains and money. It can't defend the criminality that's been there. I mean, it's here in the second house of money. It is just a flat tire. It's a dud. It's retrograde. It's in a hard square to Jupiter and Pluto, expanding and transforming things before our very eyes. But it's also at this point of the January 10th eclipse, just before the Saturn-Pluto conjunction. So I'm laughing because this entire month, because this was the new moon, I know we're in the quarter moon, but this new moon promised that there'd be nothing to defend Fotis's ill-gotten gains. It's just going to keep going on and on and on and on, right? So, let me check in with you guys. How are you doing? I know, full moon on Halloween, Rochelle. Yeah, you guys, lay low. I mean, if you're feeling buzzy and weird right now, it's just going to intensify. I haven't even looked at that chart. I barely got to look at this quarter moon chart. Between now, Halloween, leading up to the election, it's going to be bonkers. Your safety comes before anything else because we're dealing with an overactive Uranus in Aquarius, air signs. That is explosive. It can create sudden, dangerous conditions related to wind, related to electricity. Scorpio is a water sign. It's fixed. So it can create these sudden problems that don't go away because they're fixed signs. So Scorpio's out there. Aquarius right now, this moon is in our fourth house of home. You're gonna want to check your home, protect from water damage. That has a real potential to happen. And electrical damage. Just off the top of my head. Oh, yes. Okay, so, yes, Lucy, you are a moderator. Add moderator. And my Crystal Tarot. Yes, I would love to have you. Where are you? Crystal Tarot. Oh, there you. Yes, Crystal Tarot. Great question. Does Mercury retrograde affect our varicose veins? Absolutely it will. Because Venus is still orbiting very strong. Venus rules Venus circulation. There's a real imbalance going on right now with the circulatory system. It is still active for two reasons, because we're technically still in the new moon of Libra, even though we're in a quarter moon Scorpio. We're still in the new moon energy that set the tone, which was ruled by Venus. So Venus things are very active. Venus is orbiting strongly. She's opposite of sleepy Mars. Mars has to do with arterial circulation. It's weak. So if you've had some compensating, overcompensating, undercompensating with either one of those circulatory systems, it's going to show up. I know that my varicose veins are a little bit bulgier. That's why this thing on my hand isn't healing as fast as I want it to. I scrape my hand. It's very slow in healing. I keep scraping it by accident. Mars rules blood. Blood is sluggish right now because it's retrograde. If you're anemic, that's going to show up right now. Blood clotting. It's harder for blood to clot and do its job, especially now that the sun is ruled by Mars. Mars is trying to be active. This transit Mars squares my natal Mars. So it's going to take that much longer for this thing to heal. But it's okay. I don't care. If you guys can just tolerate looking at this without freaking out, it's all good. I'm not worried about it. But yes, your varicose veins are going to be activated. So what does it mean? You have to do those things to support your circulatory system. You have to do those things that help keep your blood thin, meaning you don't want to be packing in a bunch of junk food and greasy stuff and bad nutrition. And you want to be staying hydrated so that your blood is moving well. That's about all I can say about that. I am not a doctor at all. I'm just saying how the astrology speaks to me about that. This is not a month. This fall, please, I didn't get to say this last time. Please do not do any cleansing or colon cleansing. I know it's the season to do it. It is, but not this year. It's just going to be so hard on the body. The body really is at its limits, and that with hidden toxins, Neptune opposite Venus, it's hard for the body to identify and eliminate them. It might think it's something okay. So if you feel like you need to do some sort of cleansing thing, I just encourage you to just bulk up on your fiber, your enzymes, your digestive enzymes help break things down, and just maybe add some more juices, fresh waters. But really, if you need to cleanse, please try to wait until the latter part of this entire fall season, because it's really, really hard on the body. Okay? That is just because Mars is not there. It's not energized. It's not energized to do its thing to clean stuff up and evacuate it. Okay, so you really can create a problem with auto-intoxication. Too many toxins. Okay? For entertainment purposes only, yes. Yes. Okay, where are we? Hi, you guys. Hi. Yes, 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 yes. So don't type these bad words like this in the chat or people's names because the YT can read it. Yes, Rochelle, that's a perfect way to put it. I'm tired and wired. Same here. I've given up on cooking. I've given up on delivery. I'm just eating whatever's left in the pantry because nothing's working for me either. Okay, let me get a drink of water and we're going to move ahead. Yeah, Martine, it's not good for that. I would also, because she reminded me that the body feels like it's buzzing, the omega-3s, I just saw that we were out of them. I was like, darn it, my body really wants it. Yeah, and we're Mercury retrograde right now, so be easy on you guys, on yourself, okay? It's easy to really miscommunicate. So, let's go back to the Italy. I mentioned, and I'm sorry, this is the spoiler I've been waiting for a while to say, I did say it the last one, that in Peter's book, Compromised, I think it's chapter 4, right when Don Julio said, Russia, if you're listening, if you could find Hillary Clinton's 30,000 emails, blah, da, 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 like, they were stunned. They were shocked at that. And it was like, essentially, Peter, you know, this guy from the FBI, this guy, it was like basically he dropped everything and got on a plane to a country in Europe with a capital that the United States does not recognize. What the heck is that? That's Vatican City. That's where all of this is happening. So I had to throw tarotscopes on there today. I did it last quarter because I wanted to clarify what was happening. So in summary, the story is what happened in October. I did not grab a thing again. So Cardinal, his last name is this. He has a brother. I don't know what his brother's name is. And the Pope kicked him out. He's like in his 80s or something. He's been like the longest serving, like the Pope never kicks anybody out. He just said, you're out of here. And I guess he's trying to say, like, he misunderstood what I did. I would forgive him if he let me back in. But he's like, no, you're out. But it was because he was caught embezzling, possibly, a lot of money that also went to his brother. And then a woman with the last name, I think it's like this. I think maybe her first name's Cecilia, but Mangora. So she was arrested a couple weeks ago because of embezzling money, like through him, because I guess maybe she's the Deputy Secretary of State of the Vatican. And what she was doing, she had a shell company that was in Estonia that would take money from him for like security stuff that they're working on. Well, this brother took a lot of that money and bought a luxury condo in London. And this guy's like, but I deserve it. It's no big deal. It's a really, really big deal. This is the epicenter where a lot of this is also happening. Okay? So let me find. We're going to talk about that. But let's talk about. Now I have to find it. Oh my gosh. I just had it. Look at that word there in this house. This word here in this house. Oh. Oh. Come on. Where's my Italy? Is it on the other side? It's right there. So, so I have a tarotscope on the Vatican, the Cardinal, his brother, the condo, her, and this company. And then, oh, hi, Callista, hi, Newt, and then Bannon. But this all comes together, you guys. So basically, what's going on here at the Vatican is that they're taking news and money and information. Their primary purpose as the magician is to manipulate things. Now, this tarotscope said that this first house takes what they know and hands it off to the sixth house. So the magician, the person that's to manipulate information overseas, the Page of Wands and the Page of Cups, which I think is like manipulated polls, AI, narratives, psychographic information, micro-targeting. So they take this information that they know of people that they've gotten, spin the magic, hand it off to a person in the sixth house, someone in public service. And the Two Pentacles is that, okay, so now they're trying to keep balance and multitask and balance this information. So that's who they're handing it off to. So you have public servants here. Like, so Callista is there in the Vatican. So she, as a public servant, oh my goodness, she's got the Ace of Pentacles, the power and the money and the votes. This is the ultimate power thing to have. So while she's there, Vatican hands off the data. She's got the Ace of Pentacles. That she is in partnership in handing this off. And that's the Slovenia side company that Maragna has. That's what's going on there. So remember, Pompeo went to the Vatican and he was really, really pissed because the Pope wouldn't meet with him. And the news said that he was angry because the Vatican had an agreement, a trade agreement, something with China. Well, in the second house of income, gains, and values, assets, the Vatican has the moon card. That's my card for China. So this is where their money and stuff is wrapped up in. But the thing that they are defending themselves with at the Vatican to get them some money, this is the fourth house of defense down here, are spies, espionage, which defends the Vatican with hacking or with these people who spy and hand it off to China with their agreement. So then Callista, her defense when she's at the Vatican, this is the Ten of Cups. That's the Republican Party. She's got the goods. Here's the Ten of Cups. Because she has the Death card here in the Republican Party is coming to an end. While she's there, her communications, the Queen of Cups, she's an American. The Queen of Cups stands for the United States of America. And she's there because the astrology said also the 5th to the 3rd. The Five of Swords reversed. That's the Mafia card. Going back to Don Julio, I'm going to steal this election. Well, it's reversed. It's like, you can't. We can't do that anymore. And that's why she's there to help him with stealing elections. Her purpose, her biggest purpose here is the Queen of Wands. That is Don Julio handing over to Vlad the United States. Okay? So Callista now, in her area of partnerships while she's there, is the Wheel of Fortune. The timing, how fortunate she is to work with a partner that has power and money. And she has that through the Slovenia company because this Maragona takes the action she needs to do that. The condo, meanwhile, here's the Vatican, Seven of Wands fighting back. This is probably Facebook information that's being used with Bannon. The cardinal, he's bonded to the devil. That's all this election hacking, Russia, bar. And he is in partners with the devil, and he makes things happen with his brother, the Three of Cups, in their partnership, so that the money goes to the condo, but they have the Seven of Cups in their condo relationship. That Seven of Cups, that's going to North Korea. You know, the Seven of Cups, North Korea. So that's what's going on with their partnerships. Meanwhile, Newt is in Italy because he's fulfilling the purpose of the hermit, analyzing, surveilling. So he's taking in the Facebook data. He is analyzing what's coming in with the devil, how this relationship is working. Is everything getting to where it needs to go? Look at, there's the Three of Cups. The condo. Who has the Three of Cups in the first house? This is who I am. 1, 2, 3. This is partnership. So you have Bannon with his academy, and am I going to buffer? They don't like his name. So his academy is working in cahoots with Newt and this brother of the cardinal to funnel information and money to this condo. Oh my gosh. Yeah, because the brother, his income, gains, values comes with the high priestess. And that is the entire hacking operation, top to bottom, that basically Vlad is managing. And this brother is in communication with the Ten of Cups. He's doing this for the Republican Party. Maragona, her defenses here, why she's at the Vatican and why she does what she does. The Ace of Swords, that's the attack. That is malware, ransomware, hacking. That is the function of what she does, is to get these things off the ground. She hands it off to the party that's in trouble. Her strength is weakened here, the fifth house of the sun. Donald is weakened here. She is really hoping that she is fortunate in being able to work here with someone in public service, whether it's Callista or Newt. And her shared resources then, Marogna, is the Emperor Reversed. That's the coup on USA. The ninth house lands far away. She's relying on some dormant software or like a microchip to do whatever she's doing with her Ace of Swords. And then what crowns her is the Six of Wands, the Six Wands mob, the victory that they have in their shared efforts. What is this? And then she has a friend here, the Six of Swords, that transmits this electronic information. Well, look at what Newt has here in shared resources. Six of Swords, this transfer of digital information and intelligence. Her secret is that she's helping to overturn the United States, the Queen of Cups. Her hidden enemy is the fact this Eight Pentacles is the propaganda machine is going to be used against her. That is not going to go well. So this is what is going on in Rome. Let's look at Bannon. On the ascendant, things giving him life, the Nine of Swords, nightmare. You know what that's all about? That's about the incitement of the civil. You know what I'm talking about. Now I gotta find it. That nine swords, the nightmare. Look at, what is this tarotscope? This is, I just threw this. I didn't want to move it. It has the nine of swords on this. Oh, this is the incitement of the civil that we found out that they're doing in Minnesota. It also relates to them wanting to, take some governors, take them, tie them up, interrogate them. This is the nightmare, the anxieties that they're trying to create. So that's why it's on the ascendant. It is giving him life. That is also true. Let me look one more time. This, I went above and beyond for this tarotscope because I knew it was such a pivotal one, and I can't find it. Is it on the other side of this page? No. Oh, it kind of is, though. Let me look. Those are the kids. Ugh. I have it written down somewhere. This is the incitement of the civil. This is also relates to, there's a Tennessee company called Atlas Aegis, Atlas Aegis. That's like a security company that were hired to go watch the polls in Minnesota. That is this too. So Steve Bannon, fat bastard. This is the nightmare that he's doing with this new moon in Libra. All of his energies are going with the Six Wands mob. Where is it? No, okay, so this is the incitement. The incitement of the civil, the mercenaries trying to end everything. And Bannon, that bastard, lines up with it because he has the Nine of Swords here as well. Who he is, the Three of Cups, ding, 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 Three of Cups, let's make this happen. From China. Where is the in? Ah, here it is. Okay, there it is. Oh, God. So let's look at both of these. So who he is, oh, God. This actually is on the ascendant for Bannon, fat bastard. These guys pass stuff on house to house. So when we look at the incitement, that is here. That's how the incitement identifies itself. It seems to have originated here in Rome. Okay? So in the first house, hand it off to the sixth house, a public servant. This Three of Cups, these three, Newt Bannon, and this condo, or this brother that's helping facilitate the monies and actions, going to the Five of Cups. That is also my card for, that's the China, Russia, North Korea card. So he's handing that off there, over at that academy. His income, gains, and values is this Two of Swords. How we can separate people, separate their ideas and thoughts into different groups and get this thing started. The incitement has the Queen of Cups. In America, we're going to incite this stuff, separate people in America. And his contacts here in America include Marsha Blackburn. We have North Korea. And the reason why Brody was found guilty, secondary accessories for entertainment purposes only. We have Mnuchin. This is what D&I Rat was talking about at the presser. He claimed it was mostly about Iran. But actually, this is the botnet. This is actually the group that is based and Russia. So Bannon, that bastard, lines up with Berserk here. That is that's the hacker. I can't even remember who this fits in with now, but you get what I mean. This is a hacking, attacking action. This is where the value and the money is. And so that's handed off to these people, and secondary players are Mnuchin. This also in the US to incite these things, like that bastard in Rome, and Alphabet, the parent company to Google. I think there was another antitrust thing filed against them this week. So the astrology said the fourth house of defense is why you go to the second house. Well, this fourth house of defense here for Fat Bastard in Rome is that the sun is reversed. Don Julio is not meeting his goals in the US. And in order for this guy to survive there, he's got to do something about it and cause a rift, Two of Swords here. That's why he's doing that. In order to incite this, look at this. We have this mutual reception. The Two of Swords here. The fourth house feeds the second house. Okay? It's mutual reception. They are doing it together. So this is in the U.S. Who's helping in the U.S. to incite this? We have Scary Ann Conway. ACB nomination is in jeopardy. They need her badly. And Junior is going to help the cause. Secondary actors. We have the Commerce Department. We have Google. And we have Justice Roberts. I think he's kind of shitting a brick, kind of. Because I think he realizes what's going on. He shows up a lot in the background of some of these things, but I think it's because he's freaking out and what to do. Okay? In his third house of communications, Fat Bastard, we have the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is my card where they set stuff up. You know, where we're going to provoke something. We're going to incite something. Or we're going to set up this narrative, this headline, and have the reporters and the media go chase after it. While in the meantime, we're going to do something else in the background. It's a total setup. It makes people drop what they're doing and go do something else. So in his communications, he has the Eight of Cups. He wants to set it up, but it's reversed because it's not working. His comms are not working. So he is there in the Vatican, and Newt is like, has Ace of Cups. We need something now. We have to do this. We have to get this going. Callista is like, yes, the United States needs this. The Vatican has the Queen of Swords, the hacker to go with the Ace of Swords, their communications in an assault, an attempt to hack. Cardinal Betju, the Cardinal has the Four of Cups like, I got kicked out. I can't do anything here. Meanwhile, the brother is waiting to help the Republican Party. The condo is trying to generate more propaganda. And Morogna, her comms are that she's facing judgment because she got arrested, and the Slovenia company, the Six of Pentacles, was where they were laundering the money. Crazy. So, Fat Bastard, the fifth house of the sun, what he regards the sun, dear leader, he has the Emperor Reversed. He wants to incite this because this is the card of the... Oops, sorry. That. Is the Emperor Reversed. That's what's going on, and it is failing. It's not working out so well. So the astrology said go from the fifth house to the seventh house, the Nine of Wands. Those are election burdens. Are they money burdens? I always mix them up. But anyway, so he's talking in the U.S. So what happens? The house of the sun, the Two of Wands. The photos, the Two of Wands. Hey, you guys, I have a plan. Oh, here it is. Hey, you guys, I have a plan here. I need to incite this thing. And the people who are saying, okay, are Cornyn, Russia, and Zuckerberg. The secondary participants, or the things pushing this, are the 545, those kids. It's also pushing it because they need holy crap. Because our cybersecurity is on them. And remember the other day I said ACB was crying, Donald was going on a war path, and Mitch was having a hard time? This is the secondary thing. ACB was crying that day. That's the match. And so Donald's like, here, this is what I need. This is my new plan because my partnership's the Three Cups. We're going to win the election. No. So he needs it because of the election. He's got that Three of Cups here. Help me, help me, help me. That is why he said to voters, this is how he thinks he's going to vote. He was saying to voters, Biden needs to go to jail. That Cardinal's brother is helping with the Three of Cups. The tarotscope for the season. Trees and Weasels showed up right here. This is it's an act of, and Bill behind bars is there. Callista's trying to make things happen with timing, with voting and information and data, and Newt is helping with the surveillance, its partnership. The Vatican is fighting off. The secondary asset to that is Minution again. So when we get to the shared resources in the U.S., Don Julio has the Three of Swords. He's heartbroken. He has committed the reason, and it's also heartbreaking because it's not working well. And the only thing that matched him on this was voter suppression. That bastard had the Hermit. He is still trying to analyze, use AI, surveil. Newt is trying to transmit information back and forth. Callista is fighting, trying to obstruct and fight. The Slovenia company, it's over. Maragona can't help. The condo now is a fool. The shared resource of that condo is the fool. That's Don Julio. The shared resource is the Two of Swords, trying to separate voters. The brother is trying to do that. His shared resource is the King of Wands, angry Putin, MBS / all of them. And the Vatican here, shared resources, the Three of Cups, the election. In lands far away in the U.S. to incite the civil, we have the Republican Party. And the way they're doing that, somehow, the Vegas rally lines up with that. Because I'm finding out that it's all messaging back and forth. They do these crazy things to send a message overseas, hey, we're done. A perfect example right now is when Gavin Newsom finally got Don Julio to declare California with its disaster declaration. And Don Julio required that Gavin give a public thank you. And who picked up that public thank you was China and Turkey, I believe, and a bot network. So that's 9th house, lands far away for Bannon. He's that bastard. He's got temperance. He is trying to blend information he's getting from the Vegas rally. That's it. So he's trying to get that from Vegas. Newt, the Knight of Wands, he's trying to take action with this, but he's just like failing. And Callista, lands far away, is generating the Nine of Swords nightmare. They're all working on this together. The Nine of Swords, remember, this describes inciting the What's crowning Callista in the Vatican is the Three of Cups, the election. Newt has the burdens related to that in this Four of Pentacles, trying to hang on. Why is my voice getting like this? Trying to hang on. Oh my God, am I going to lose my voice? I have my transit Saturn is active with this Mercury Uranus retrograde. And that's ruled by Venus, which is the throat and the thyroid. Where the heck is, I'm sorry, I'm distracted. I have to figure out where this moon is right now because I feel like stuff is shutting down. The moon, is 7 Aquarius. For me, in my chart, the moon right now is 7 Aquarius, 19. In my chart, my sun, Saturn midpoint is 8 degrees Aquarius. So this is definitely affecting my throat because my Saturn is in Taurus, disposited by Venus, and my throat is getting really... But anyway, where did I leave out? So, this Four of Pentacles? So, Fat Bastard is trying to spin whatever they can to hang on for this election because there's so many burdens. Back at home, trying to incite the civil. What's in the skies? Justice. Do you think the justice is breathing down on Don Julio with everything that's coming out and that he's breathing down on Bill behind bars? Yeah, and the reason why that is so prominent in the skies above D.C. to incite that is because of the Vatican. Eric Trump, right in the skies, probably the go-between with the Vatican and the High Priestess, the election op. And the 11th house of friends and hopes, inciting this in DC, guarantees the 9 of Pentacles, security, comfort, safety. And the people on the ground trying to mobilize this, you guys know about that Access Industries, Len Blavatnik's Access Industry, like gave Don Julio a bunch of money. He's a Russian. Access Industries, that building is located kitty corner from the Trump Tower. Like, I swear every time I look at a map and I see them next to each other, kitty corner, I'm like, I know. You just know that there's like a secret tunnel or some type of HVAC going on where they're linking. This is my hypothesis. I should probably read on that. But I think that they are kitty corner across the street, and I think that they're communicating somehow with cables or networks or whatever. But so anyway, this nine of Pentacles, comfort and security access industry is going to step up with Marsha Blackburn again. And Callista's a friend who's going to help with their biggest wish because she's the Knight of Pentacles. She's going to offer up, here you go. Here's some data, here's some money, here's some information. Newt is going to pursue the Empress Reversed, which is the coup. And Fat Bastard's got the Page of Swords, the spy, the hacker, to go for it. I found this very interesting that inciting this, the secret is the moon, China. I think they just want to hide what's going on with that money. And the Six of Cups is a hidden enemy. Could be the Republican Party, but it's those kids. 545. It is interesting. The other reason to do that here is a secret. The 545 showed up as well. The other secret is the NCSC. This is the UK. I think this is their National Cybersecurity Commission. They know what's going on. And then here comes Jared. That's Jared's secret as well. He knows. The Six of Cups, the 545, hidden enemy. I did a tarotscope on irreparable damage, harm. It's irreparable. They can't find their family. We have the UCSC, I think that's the U.S. Cybersecurity. And looky here, Tom Barrack shows up, Presidential Inaugural Committee. I thought it was interesting that reversed here, like this is your friend. This is your secret. Two people had this exactly, but reversed. ACB crying. She's crying. These exact cards in the same position reversed, which means it's a mutual reception. It matches. She's got some sort of investment there. And Mitch McConnell also had those exact same cards flipped in that area. I forgot to tell you some of these. G-String, because you can't say her name. You know who she is. Those documents unsealed. She's a secondary person in helping create this nightmare with the Atlas Aegis and DT demanding that Barr investigate Biden. And then the treason showed up here with the 6th house of public servants. The secret fat bastard has the Page of Cups. That's pulling. This is like fake, I think this is like the fake pulling, the pulling that Jared only uses when they manipulate things, the AI. His hidden enemy is if he got caught, knowing that he was tied with this berserk bear. Newt's secret is that Donald is sunk. His hidden enemy is news getting out that he's involved with this. Callista's secret is her agreement to do all this stuff, and her hidden enemy is if anyone finds out about the coup. Look at this, 5th house of the sun. I have an agreement. 5th house of the sun. That cardinal has the agreement with the White House. Or is it 2 of Cups? That 2 of Cups did not show up very much. Come on. I could not believe how much paper I had to go through with this, but I know that this month is like a turning point. It stands. Okay, so it's gone. It's somewhere. I don't know where it is. Okay, so that was Italy. Let me check in with you guys. Let me get some water. Was that a good story for entertainment purposes only? How are you guys doing? How are you guys doing? I know, it's just a lot of stuff. If it's dizzying, you guys, I've been dizzy for 2 days trying to sort this out. Hi, you guys. You guys doing okay? Ooh, yes. Was it on sale today? I haven't even looked. Ooh, Martine, do share that story. He really relevant. He's very closely tied to Scott Walker. Don Hole, I love it, Theodore. Don Hole, he owes. Hi, Marilyn. Thanks for stopping by, Marilyn. Could you just vaguely describe who RACP is? I don't know who that is. RACP. Give me some clues. What am I not? RACP. Did I write it down here? Did you see it? RACP. Yeah. Yeah, come back to it later. I mean, we're dealing with this quarter moon and transits, which just make the head cuckoo. RACP. Hi, Patricia. Would you vaguely describe who RACP? Isn't that one of my nicknames? Rack? I'm so dense right now. I'm sure it's one of my nicknames. I can't remember all of them. Okay, so Martine Blavatnik is, yeah, he is behind the hacking app. That makes sense. Mueller's hands were tied when they made him oh. I wonder why that would tie up Mueller's hands. Is that because he's in the U.S.? I don't know. Why can't I think of who this person is? I'm sure that is I would not read. Oh, you mean ACB? I won't read on ACB, or I won't, because she's nuts. She's if I can't remember. Yeah, we do need a scorecard. I won't read on ACB, and I will not read on Mr. Epps. So he's not in the government. Blavatnik's not in the government. That's true, and he's here. Yeah, she is really, really. I can't think of who that is. Okay, so we did this. So we got that story done, if it made sense. I tried to make it simple. I don't know. I could understand, but I slowed it down and it still sounded like, oh, are we talking about Ratcliffe? DNI Ratcliffe. I'm just calling him Rat because I don't want to trigger the algorithm. Yeah, I'm not talking about Cerveza virus right now. Okay. I'm so sorry. Okay. Let's move on. Right? Are we moving on? I won't read on Rick. I won't read on ACB. Oh, Marilyn, I don't know. Do you have a timestamp somewhere I can listen to it, or a vid somewhere? He's also part of the group that owns the Russian oil company. Thank you, Larry girl. Yeah, I do remember that, about giving him 15% of the oil company Rosneft. Okay, let me get some water. We're moving on. Okay, so the next thing we have on our list is the treason. It's a season of treason season. Treason weasels. Reason weasels. Man, this. Oh, let me just look. I started sorting these out by what I have for people. So I just looked at the queens here and sorted these out. And then the ace, 2, 3 pentacles. And sometimes things don't show up where they are. And the reason why this area is highlighted is because well, that's for a different reason. That is because when I did the reason T tarotscope, now I gotta find that. I tried to number them, but it's just like impossible because I do this as news breaks. Here we go. Here's the reason T. Yeah, Euphonia, they wanted to get that governor as well too. Yep. Okay, so the recency. Let's talk about all those players. Now this gets really complex. Let's see if I can get my stuff in order. Oopsie. There's our recency. My gosh. Let's just keep it easy. Let's look at their recent T-squares because we can just kind of gently bring in that information and then look at the bigger picture. if I can find some more recency. Oh my gosh, this, why she was crying the other night, had a recency link. Oh, stick a pin in that. I think this is a recency too. And that's on the NotPetya. That's the malware that was busted. Oh, here we go. There's two big things. The recency and then the, I'm just going to call it by the house. Like it takes that to another level. Oh my gosh. Hello, Mercury Retrograde. By the house, tarotscope. This is a totally different one, but it takes the recency to a deeper level. So things associated with the reason T off the bat in the 7th house, like who wouldn't have guessed, Russia. When Don Julio was on a warpath the other night, that was the same time, like I tuned into his energy, he just was so angry. He was at a rally, and then that's when Mitch showed up, and then that's when ACB was crying. That also showed up with Maragna, her side company in Slovenia. That's a recency. Treason recency. This box here, the Two of Cups agreements in the 5th house, came up with this reason T tarotscope. That showed up with ACB crying again. The 545 kids. These are secondary though. Cybersecurity, these are secondary. What was a primary match to this was that cardinal, BECCIU. Who's next to this is Eric. Biden is here, but it's because of what the reason T is trying to do to affect. And Tom Tillis is nearby. Now, the tarot said, remember, the 5th house feeds the 7th house. So these reason T's are feeding Jim Jordan, G-string, G-lane. Remember that private gun registry by Cambridge Analytica they made? That showed up, and ACB showed up there with her, the Nam. In the area of 3 of Cups, which is like elections, or it takes 3 to get something off the ground, this is reason T showed up here in the 7th house of partners. Who had that? What is this? The Cardinal showed up here in partnerships. Bill behind bar showed up here. What he's doing, 3 of Cups. When Don Julio was yelling at voters, Biden needs to go to jail. I have the Sun in Scorpio here, so maybe something still is yet to happen, or we find out about it. Get this! This! Okay, the Ratcliffe had his presser the other day, and he only talked about Iran, how Iran acquired. We found out through WAPO, it clarified the story because who could even understand what he's saying? In the area of partnerships, the 3 of Cups, recency in the same area, how Iran got voter info. How the heck did they get it? Well, how Iran got voter information. What's crowning? How did Iran get voter information? In the 10th house, related to the Ace of Cups, is there. And the same people that are there are Bill behind bars and Len Blavatnik. Also there. Contributing in the same place. Nearby, crowning them, how Iran got the voter information, but who's the friend to that in this area? Sue Pom freaking pale. She is showing up related to all this recency everywhere. Wilbur Ross, Brody, Sam Brownback. We were talking about him the other night. And the secret in the same area on how Iran got its voter info. We have Jack from Twitter, Mr. Collins, Susan Collins' husband. I've told you he's been in the background and stuff he shouldn't be doing. And then the public thank you to Don Holio about California being a disaster declaration. And so that relates to the recent tree in partnerships. That is right next to shared relationships, shared assets with the Vatican, Egypt, the Treasury, and G-string. If you see this triangle going here to this triangle, how Iran got voter information, I don't know if it's related, but the line that I drew happened to go through it. This area that has to do with income gains, values, data, votes. This triangle is what the tarotscope on Jared, what he knew about Iran and Proud Boys. You know, because Proud Boys supposedly, Iran got the data from their unsecured domain website. That is in the area of Jared's assets with the Knight of Pentacles. What he has, what he knows. Which also shows up here in Secrets Hidden Enemies, the Three of Cups elections, what Jared knows about the Iran Proud Boys relationship. The recent tea regarding how Iran got voter info, well, that showed up over here in the 5th house of the sun, the Knight of Wands. Someone, 5th house of the sun, Don Holio related, was how Iran got that information. We have Oracle, 1MDB, and look who's there and knows. Haspel, the CIA know. Do we want to see anybody? Where? I don't know where. But in this area of recent tea and how Iran got the voter information, remember the tarot said the 5th house goes to the 7th house. It relates to that. And there we have the kids, cyber, and ACB crying. I mean, what does she have to do with that? Let's see. Let's look for some more recent tea. We did that. We did that. Do I have any more reason? Any more reason? Was related to the 11th house. Oh, this is going to be a hard one to go through with the kids. If you don't want to listen to it, don't. Oh, see? Okay, I need some more water. So, when I asked Reason T, who are you? We have the Sun, which is the Photos. And the 9 of Pentacles, comfort and security. Let's just see, because I like having, like my props here. Sun and the 9 of Pentacles. I know all you guys know what this is, but Sun. I am just loving this deck so much. I just feel like this deck is like, I'm telling you the story. I try to use other decks, but the narrative won't spill out. So the recency. On the ascendant, giving reason, life this week on the eastern horizon. We have the sun right side up. It's the photos, celebrity, eminence. The Nine of Pentacles, oligarchs, billionaires. That is what's giving their reason to life this week. Who matched on the sun? We have Brady Plea. The House Intelligence knows. They have information on that. The Eastern District of New York knows. Marsha Blackburn. SCOTUS. I wonder if SCOTUS knows. And then the ascendant itself. I did tarotscopes on each sector of the chart. And the ascendant said the most important thing this week was the sun, Don Julio. In terms of comfort and security, 9 Pentacles. Well, the New York Attorney General knows. The communications, there's evidence there. This is when Don Julio demanded Barr investigate Biden. My comfort and security and reason rely on you doing that. This is also related to the UK the other day, thwarting the GRU attacks with those botnets that affected 16 countries. I think I just did that reading. Donald's China bank account, comfort and security, and the shell company that was designed for the sale of Javanka's condo. Reason T. In the first house of the Reason T, we have the Chariot, meaning that the first house of who I am with Reason T is moving stuff. I move stuff. I'm on the move. I move stuff. There you go. What can I do for you? What kind of deal can I make for you? And this tarotscope said the first house, the astrology said, look to the 6th house of routine, day-to-day activities. Oop, there's a spy there. So when we look there to the 6th house, the 9 of Swords shows up again. That's the nightmare. That is day-to-day activities. Oh, we want to incite a civil, whatchamacallit? A nightmare? Do I want to make people anxious? Yeah, that's my purpose. As a public servant, or I'm anxious and nervous about all the investigations that are going on with our intel, agencies, and lawmakers. Where's the 9 of Swords? Are you on the bottom? I feel like my cards are starting to try to maybe hide. Come on, I'm trying to tell a story, man. Where's the 9 of Swords? Almost. So this is the first house. This is a secondary card because it communicates that way. So who had the Chariot? Who's on the move? Brody. Oh, Brody's a secondary. Servant, trying to help. And Cyber knows all about it. Look who's there, our girl Brittany. She's the only person that came up with the Chariot in the first house. She's on the move and exposing it all. I don't know if this applies to her, but she's the vehicle. So this is since 2016. 2015, I think, is when he signed on with the Cambridge and the AIQ. And that's what she did. Now, she also links to Brexit. So there's a lot of reason T going on over there just by virtue of this Chariot and her happening. Crazy. I'm going to go this way. So we'll go to the 2nd house. Income gains values. The reason T is like, I need a really good Page of Swords. I need a spy. I need a good hacker. I need someone on the inside. I need someone with intel. I need someone to split and divide people on social media. So that's the 2nd house. The secondary asset is a High Priestess. So let's get our Page of Swords and the High Priestess. Page of Swords, High Priestess. Page of Swords. I'm gonna run out of time. Whoop. There we go. Okay, so the Page of Swords is here. The tarot picked the Page of Swords in the first house. So, oh my gosh, they were saying they're worried if Pascal is gonna flip. Oh man. Page of Swords here. Reason T. Because in the 4th house of defenses in DC, they rely on the High Priestess and what the High Priestess does with the hacking with the elections from beginning to end. There's the Page of Pentacles that is suppressing the vote. So it's said that the astrology said the 4th house feeds the 2nd house. Let's see who's aside. We have ACB crying, you guys. ACB flipping crying. That was on the 20th. That was like 2-3 nights ago. The trick bot is a secondary one. That is what Microsoft busted a couple weeks ago in our election grid. Betsy DeVos. Betsy DeVos. The 10 of Wands is the card for that espionage, which has to do with data transfer that Peter Strzok talked about. Secondary, we have Tom Barrack overseas with the brother of the cardinal. The secondary assets. The communications for the recent tree is the Empress Reversed. The Empress Reversed. That is a barren, empty rusher. She has nothing. Her fields will not grow anything. She has getting closed off. She's sanctioned. She is dying a slow death, so to speak. She has nothing to give because she is reversed. And that, I think, stands by itself. This is upright. This is Donald Vlad plan to rule the world. Reversed, she's barren. It's not working. This Empress showed up with 2 people. This is not an exhaustive list. I have the country of Egypt and Josh Hawley from Missouri. 4th house, we have the High Priestess. Again, that's the hacking beginning to end. Who aligned with this? Iran and Newt were the only ones who had the High Priestess here because the secondary people they were feeding were Fat Bastard, David Bossy. Someone said who he was. I think he was Cambridge Analytica. Then he went to work with this admin. And the Vatican, secondary, a spy in the Vatican. 5th house of the sun. Reason T. The 2 of Cups. The agreement. There's not a lot of people who had that card. You know the 2 of Cups. I'm in love. We have an agreement. We have love letters. They really like me. I really like them. We have good energy. We get along. 2 of Cups. 2 cups, 2 cups, 2 cups. Where are you? Here we go. The 2 of Cups. 5th house of the sun. Oop, there's the Ace of Pentacles. Power, money. 2 of Cups. Recency. Says, who else has this? Only one person had it. The Cardinal, Beccii is the only one that had it. I attach it to Don Julio because he's the FOTUS. The 5th house, the astrology said, look to the 7th house of partnerships, which was the 3 of Cups and the Ace of Wands. We have the 3 of Cups, that's elections. The Ace of Wands, well, that's the op that we're going to hit we the people with from them. So we have the, where's the 3 of Cups? Ooh, thank you. So the agreement with this cardinal to whack us with the election. So the secondary actors related to the 5th house of the sun, we have cybersecurity, has the 3 of cups, they know. We have the kids again here as secondary. Partnership, those kids, the cardinal. Why the freaking freak does the cardinal do this with those kids? He's not supposed, nobody's supposed to show up if they truly was a clerical problem. ACB shows up here too. I think that's her nomination. Because she's going to protect this election, the 3 of Cups, as a secondary person, she will help protect the election. That's why she showed up. Sixth house, public servants, the 9 of Wands, election burdens, South Node. That's the past. That's what's coming up. All these people. Brittany Kaiser shoveling everything off to these public servants in the 2016 election, 2015, and Brexit. We have primary players. Donald demanding Barr to investigate Biden. That's why he wants him to investigate Biden, to cover up his recency. This is interesting. This company, Atlas Aegis, that's a security company that was hired to go to Minnesota and watch the polls. This is the Minnesota part. The recency with a nightmare, someone committed that by getting this company to the act of going to Minnesota. Kylie Kloss, come on down. You're the next contestant. What? She showed up there. That's Josh Kushner's wife, who happens to be a, quote, I guess a data scientist. So the secondary players to this nightmare, they're trying to, a recency, which is also inciting a civil conflict. The secondary players, because the 1st fed the 6th, so we look at the Chariot. So all these people are taking this information and also moving it around. The secondary players include Broidy, G-string, G-lane. What the heck is getting unsealed, you guys? The Page of Cups is manipulated data. The Saturn-Pluto conjunction is time to pay up, you guys. Government is not tolerating this. And Peter Thiel. Seventh house, partnerships with their recency. Who's in partners with the 3 of Cups and the Ace of Wands? So the 7th house of partners, whatever came from this area of Don Julio, the FOTUS, this is how the recency is getting committed through him, through the election and the op against us. The primary people, how Iran got voter information. Hello. ACB, again, she had the Ace of Wands. The Sun in Scorpio, something's happening. Fat Bastard had this. Annan Bay and Rome. The CNP, is at the Council on National Policy. They have the Ace of Wands. Bill Behind Bars has the 3 of Cups. Don Julio at rallies telling voters Biden belongs in jail. 3 of Cups. The other night I was really, really like melting happy, and so I threw a tarotscope on it, and that is my Ace of Wands. Why I was so happy. Maybe someone's getting whacked. I don't know, but it wasn't me. Secondary players, which would be the 2 of Cups from the 5th house, includes G-string again. She's all over this. That private gun registry that was put together by Cambridge Analytica. Jim Jordan. Those were the secondary partners. How are you doing? Head spinning yet? I don't think we'll have them for 4 more years. I think they're good. That's why they keep releasing stuff. Oh my gosh, you're hilarious, Clarence. So, okay. I need a drink of water. Okay, we're still on the Reactivating. Now we're in this area of the eighth house. Shared resources. Other people's money. Taxes. Espionage. Things that are taboo. Spies. Life and death. Transformative things. Changing things. So at this pivotal new moon in Libra, because it's the first time since 1935 Uranus has been there to shake everything up. That's why it's so consequential. The recency in the 8th house, in the 8th house has the Hanged Man, because they all got caught. And the King of Swords is there, which is like the master hacker or like the Bill behind bars. So where's this Hanged Man? Oh God, I cannot even believe Rudy just came to mind. Ah! That was kind of funny the other night, though. Okay, where's the... They got caught. Show me who got caught. They have a different perspective on what they're doing, maybe? Where are you? Is the Hanged Man embarrassed? Where are you? Ran away? I can't do this without a Hanged Man. I'll get another Hanged Man then. Fine. How the heck am I? Okay, that's a problem. Hanged. Can you believe that? I'm talking about the recency and now the Hanged Man got caught, ran away. I can't find it. It's like, don't tell this part of the story. Sorry, already started. Where is it? My hands are locking up looking for this card. Am I supposed to keep going? Yes, but just show the card. You don't need to go in detail. Okay, is what I'm being told. Let's just get the card to get the card. Oh my God. Shared resources. They got caught in shared resources. Oh my gosh, there's only one here. Josh Hawley's the only one that got caught. That's weird. This area, lands far away. It also has to do with law enforcement, faith, other lands, religions, philosophy. This is where you get your extremists. What am I looking for here? The Hierophant. And so the Hierophant being the government. Where's the Hierophant? I wish these were in order, you guys, because I know this takes a long time. But we're also just letting all this information just kind of settle into our brains that are spinning. Here we go, Hierophant. So in the 9th house, government. Not many people had this. Lands far away, faith, hope, law enforcement, lawmakers. We have the Trump campaign. The Trump campaign should not be overseas, and it should not be in law enforcement. I guess unless you're Parscale that got arrested. Lara Trump, hello, and Scott Walker from Wisconsin. That guy. What is crowning their recency? The 4 of Swords. We only got like one card here again. 4 of Swords. You know, that is like trying to, play possum and play dead. Don't look at me. I didn't do anything. Or 4 of Swords. It could be like some president recovering from cerveza. It could be malware. It could be microchips. It could be, don't look. This is what's crowning the reason. Crowning the reason in the skies of DC for everyone to see. And the okay, someone on Twitter shared a picture for me about the late David Koch. Pictures with him and G-String, G-Lane. So I was like, okay, you two taking a picture together. Where do you fit in the tarotscope this week? They showed up all over the place. And now the Four of Swords crowning Washington, D.C. He's dead. Maybe that's the Four of Swords. Him and G-String. And she's in jail. Showed up. And Julian Assange crowning DC for the reason D. So think of all of those who had connections with Julian. You've got Rohrabacher and then his assistant, and you've got Eric Prince, you've got Pam Anderson. Didn't Rand Paul go there? Who else went to the embassy? Nigel Farage. Donald was going to pardon him, right? Think of all those connections. And then there's a connection with Chelsea Manning there too, and Snowden. Jesus. 11th house, hopes, wishes, friends. The reason T has a hope and a wish. And that is with, there's the lovers. They're in love. There's a wish. And that lovers is represented by the King of Pentacles. My King of Pentacles is my card of candidate Donald. So the hope, wish, and dream with candidate Donald. Crowning all those people taking the fall for him with the love. There we go. Are we here? Don't use the coup name. Oh no, what name is that, Larry girl? Am I here? Oh goodness. Something about the lovers? That was so far back. Okay. I got buffered at the lovers. Are you kidding me? That's reason Tay. Gosh, where? Holy cow! Did I talk about him? Taking the oh my gosh. Okay, we gotta go way back. Okay, so this is the area of friends, hopes, wishes, dreams with candidate Don Holio. Those are the ones that are crowned in the sky. You know what names I said? That congressman from California, Dana, R-O-H, his assistant, that Kentucky Senator Rand, the I guy, not a doctor. Think of all the people who went to visit Julian. Pam Anderson. That also, I know, that also includes Chelsea. That had reassignment sex surgery. And then Edward, who now has permanent residency over there. Hope, wish, dream. For this candidate, the people that had this, it was the action of Governor Newsom having to thank Trump publicly. The Saturn-Pluto conjunction, yay. Peter Thiel. That security company sending armed people to Minnesota, and Wells Fargo Bank. That lined up with him. And then Six of Swords, the secret is transmitting all that information. We know it's coming out of Rome with Newt, related to Fat Bastard. The hidden enemy is how all of this information being transmitted was manipulated for their favor. And this relates, this one, Mark Burnett. The North Node, this is karma coming. This EAC Gov, that account with the government, I don't know if it's good or bad, but then this man, this businessman who has a membership at the Mara Lago F Yourself, friend of Bannon, oh, I'm sorry. Fat Bastard was on his boat when he got arrested. That's a secret hidden enemy. That's the recente. I had briefly went back to these square. I don't get how Amy crying is linked to Reactivating. Because of the cyber and all those kids related to Fotis, is she going to cover up for him what happened with the kids and the cyber? Because it's her partnership here then that's related to that has to do with the Ace of Wands, CNP, that bastard, and look at, I'm happy here and I'm happy there. Somehow that has the link into the Reactivating. But remember the Three of Cups elections, partnerships? Look at all those people involved there. How Iran got voter information. Look at all those people. And then the Two of Cups agreeing with it from the 5th house of the sun. Look at all those people. The Cardinal was the only one who was not a secondary. Oh, wait. Yeah, because these people are in the 6th house next door. He's the only one. There's so much going on there. It's crazy. So we've been going for a while. I think that, how long are we going? I think I'm going to call it quits. I'm really tired. My voice is really starting to go. We need to talk about the kids. We have this by the house. This is the ultimate, pared it down in more detail on who the recente. We need to come back to the kids. I'm going to come back to the kids at some point because I willed myself and asked for spirit to help me get through that one. And who those actors are. I have to do the first quarter moon. I don't know I'm going to do the first quarter moon. I'd like to say tonight. We'll see. Maybe it's tomorrow. My throat is really scratchy. So you guys, thank you so much for coming along. When I get to see this much detail, it means like I've been allowed to see this stuff finally. And I think this is why Speaker Nancy, there's delays with the stimulus check, because I was reading that the GOP was very nervous because Mnuchin is giving everything away. I think they're just trying to clear the way for the vote. And Nancy enthusiastically is like, we want the best deal. So I think her delaying activities related to it have to do with getting as much as we can get and somehow being able to delay the nomination. There's some sort of procedural thing that they can't vote, and it's related to how she's negotiating right now. And the right Republican senators are really kind of freaking out right now about it. So that's just kind of something I picked up on. So you guys have a great Aloha Friday. Thank you so much for coming by. Let your body be weird, your brain be weird. It's Mercury retrograde. We're going through a whole lot of different things. This week is going to be crazy. Seriously, stay away from crazy chaos, people that are just can be triggered easily. Stay in your space, okay? Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much, moderators. Have a wonderful evening. Okay, thanks. Thank you. Good night.